I thought maybe you guys would like to see some of the stuff we've been working on. So, we're working on reclaiming the place. It had gotten a little overgrown, so started out with a lot of mowing and then going crazy with the weed eater. This entire section here, which still has sand and gravel from a concrete thing they were working on in back. That'll show you in a bit. But that was all overgrown, so I've weed eated that. We're going to work on doing something with the sand. And of course, outside the gate, this is their street to get to the cottage. And so I had to take and mow either side of that in front of the whole thing, which basically goes down to that fern. That is way... Oh, can't zoom in dual mode. Okay, whatever. Still got a weed eat and trim in front of the fence here. But, yeah, made some good progress. Forgot to latch that. Still got to clean up a little bit down here. Violetta picked up some mulch. It's going to go around one of the flowers. So, I've got the side here. The gate itself opens up, and so this would normally be their driveway. The neighbors years and years ago built their garage directly on the property line, so it's kind of close. But inside here, there's the pump for the well, and all of the water for the place feeds into it. I got a feeling he's going to be inside at some point. You should see the spider we killed today. Giant house spider. Look it up. It's, yeah. I thought it was going to eat me. Anyways, a whole lot of weed eating, trimming and stuff. Finally clearing it up. It was, out to maybe here and around here, overgrown with, well, not so much on this side, but definitely over there. This is the lid to the septic system, which we're looking to hopefully replace in this whole area with a big septic tank, because nobody's putting their car in here, and if we decide to move out here and stuff at some point, retire here, probably going to put an opening on the other side for getting in and out. Don't know, spare bricks, old ladder, but let's see. Still got to take and clean up some of the old brick pieces here so I can mow there next time I actually mow. This section here, Violetta's brother and nephew put this concrete thing in. I don't know if they were thinking patio or what Violetta's thinking of using it to eventually extend the cottage. It's got a ways to go and a lot of patching to do. Got a big old construction bin here. Not sure what to do with that. Full of garbage. Old, I better tip this back. Concrete mixer that they used for that, although it's been sitting out. I'm not sure if it still works or not. This is the tool shed and a little bit of stuff behind it. This is all mostly overgrown, so that's all cleaned up and stuff now. Concrete that Sergey and them left sitting outside, so that's a bunch of heavy bricks we got to get rid of. Let's see, inside the tool shed, side number 1, got the old water heater. Vladimir did a bunch of electrical stuff, so there's a bunch of old electrical wire and stuff. The wires that I purchased, some old tools, so a whole lot of cleaning up to do there. There's a number of tubs that they had collected, so I guess the tubs, what they used to use, the yard out there used to have a whole lot more garden, and what they would do is they'd have the tubs set around the garden, and Vladimir would fill them with water, and then Larissa, who was Violetta's mom, would use that water then to go around and water all of the flowers and stuff. So you're going to see little tubs all over the place, and I think all of them, yeah, they're heavy metal tubs. They ain't no fiberglass stuff, so I got a lot of heavy metal if I ever need it. Around the side here, got a bunch of old wood. I picked up a claw hammer because a lot of all the hammers that Vladimir had were the old well, Soviet style hammers. It's almost like a cold chisel on one side and then the hammer on the other. And then in back here there's Betty, that's what I named the lawnmower. Bunch of wood and compressed wood bricks for the fireplace in the winter time. Old bike. So cleaned up more around back here. They have bricks, so we have a whole lot of these construction bricks. There's these here, more you'll see in a little bit, and they could be used for expansion, or I'm not entirely sure what. This here is a raised garden that Violetta's mom had been caring for. We're going to clear this thing out and try and clean it up and turn it into a proper garden again. This is one of the other wells on site. Apple tree. More bricks in the back there you can see. And then we have another massive pile of bricks here. I still have a whole lot of cleaning up to do. This is part that's still pretty overgrown. Need some tires. Got a lot of 55-gallon drums and these big old steel pipes sitting around, so not sure what will end up using those for, but moles. So the other side here, oh, I think a spider just went down my back. Nope. Anyways, yeah, you can see there's this vine stuff that's going to need to be cleaned out. It's got our work cut out for us. This, we believe, is actually a weed. We're going to hack that down and clear that out. Another 55-gallon drum. Old tree. Violetta was thinking we could turn it into a base for a table, which could be cool, actually. So this is the new clothesline I put up. They had just rope tied between it before, and so I took and picked up a drill and a carbide bit, fired a hole through it. My bolt is too long, but whatever. And these bolts so I can tighten them up. However, it's a pretty long distance, so she still needs to use a stick to kind of hold it up in the middle. I was hoping that it was one of those plastic coated steel cables. It's not. It's plastic coated string, so I wasn't able to take and crank the end down as tight as I would have liked. Next time we're in a hardware store, maybe I'll take a look and see if they have some of the plastic coated steel cable, because that I figure I should be able to get about as tight as a violin string. Another tree. Got the mulch, or not mulch, what do you call it? You take and put grass clippings and stuff. My brain isn't working. So that's still got to be cleaned up. But you can see the behind us, the neighbor, their pumpkins, which are doing very, very good, have spread over, and so now we're gonna have pumpkins on this side too. Probably take the weed eater and go after that tomorrow. This is an old outhouse. Gonna have to work on a way to decommission that at some point. So you can see there's still a lot of refuse back here from my work on reclaiming. Still got a lot of work to do back there. Another little shed that's just storing some wood. These are black glass tiles. I don't know what we're gonna do with them, but a lot of them look like they're in great shape, so awesome project opportunity. The metal pipes and the glass are left over from a greenhouse that used to be over the top of this, which is another poured concrete and brick raised garden. And so we'll work on cleaning that up. I'm recording a tour for my folks. And see some more stuff we gotta clean up. You know, stuff's been set for a little bit. I don't know what these are. They're like clay tiles, but with, I don't know. Neighbor's stuff. More hose, more drums. A sort of lean-to structure. It looks like it may be coming down a little bit. Completely covered with vine. You can see this vine all over the top of this shed, which is a shed now. We've affectionately nicknamed it the spider shed. That's why I'm nervous as heck about going in there. I'm fine with spiders as long as they stay away from me because they eat other bugs. But so Violetta was telling me that when they were in the process of building the cottage, they and the family actually slept in here. There's a little house, and now it's a shed. So a lot of cleanup that I had done there, but Violetta's been working on cutting back a little more. That weed eater that they got a few years ago when Violetta was here, it works great, but there's a limit to how much plastic cord weed eater can do. And so here's the other side of Spider Shed, or Spider Mansion, maybe I'll call it. Check out all of this steel pipe. So, ooh, even got some, all sorts of things I could do. A lot of ferns back here. And so more along the front fence, another, I think Violetta said we call this one choke cherry. But then there's another well underneath there. There's a puppy back there. Let's see, this is the fence. Been working on taking and cleaning up a lot of this. It's coming along really good. Little flowers, you can see there's a lot of obstacles for mowing. So I got like part of it done yesterday, and then the rest of it today, and then weed eating, while Violetta's been cleaning up and fixing other stuff, like redoing the surface on the tables and stuff. And this pile here, she was just trimming off that there. Got more stuff to haul off to the dump. So you guys have seen the cottage from the outside before, but here it is. And so we've got some work to do here, but the thing is solid, right? So we're gonna have, I think we can do some real good with this thing. So, and I got the pretty red and white tiles going around it. Another rose bush. Violetta wants me to come up with some kind of support thing for it so it can flourish a little bit more. This is the back side of the cottage. And so the blueprints on this, it was actually meant to be bigger, to come out this way a little bit more. And so that's kind of what Violetta would like to do. I think it's a good idea. Eventually be able to expand it out so that this area up front here is expand the kitchen. I'm gonna go inside the back door now and show you guys what this place looks like. You've never had a chance to see it before. So hopefully no more spiders will jump out at me. Did I mention the giant house spider that tried to kill me? Yeah, so this is the kitchen. So there is an electric stove and microwave, but electricity is pretty expensive out here. At least that's what I'm told. I haven't seen an actual bill yet. But gas, there's a tank in the corner, an LP tank, is relatively cheap. So her dad had basically a temporary little stovetop set up, and so we've been using that for cooking. You know, cabinets, sink. They just worked on replacing the faucet because the old faucet was leaking. But now underneath, the one on the right has a little leak, and I've also got one of the connectors has a minor leak because it has to be two hoses because they didn't have long enough hoses to take and get from the new faucet all the way down to the connection. So I used one of the old ones and then new ones, but the old ones have larger connections than the new ones. And so I got these things from a hardware store, but the only ones they had are round. So trying to grab onto a brass fitting tight enough to, yeah, Dad knows what I mean. It's a pain in the butt, but I think I can get it to work. So let's see. Stove, an old wood burning stove, and little oven. I guess Sergey still uses it. So since it's still functional, I'm kind of thinking maybe we can clean it up and keep using it. I got the tile on the walls. The top portion, this is foam insulation board, so there's still surfacing that can be done there, and up and around the rest of it as well. So we've got some completion work to do. The windows do not have screens on them. The place in Portugal didn't either. And I guess pretty common with older places. So our options are either take and scrape and paint and fix them up so these stay, or save up money to have them yanked and replaced with modern windows that have screens, because bugs, yeah. In fact, when I'm looking at this, I don't know if you can see the webs in there. Maybe that's the web of the giant house spider that we killed. I emptied like half a can of insect poison at the thing, and it was still coming at me. Violetta had to kill it with, well, actually that little metal cup that's down there catching water. So we come into the living room area. So this is the living room. A lot of light. Not a big place, but it's very cozy and comfortable. And even though it's been really hot today, it's really nice in here. So got the wallpaper, bookcase, stuff. Fan, no AC. Some point we may want to take and look at a mini split system, but to be honest, at least according to Violetta, they don't get the crushing heat here like we do back home. So might not be a big deal. Couch, some fold out. Our deal. Pictures of Val, Annie, and us. I'm guessing that the two birds are made by Sergey's daughter Lana, or her girls. I'm guessing. This is the fireplace Violetta bought and had installed a few years ago now, I think it is. But the surface, I think it's brick behind concrete facing. Hasn't been there's no finishing on it, so we gotta decide how we want to take and do that. Do some finishing with that. On Thursday, we have a new washer coming, because so this is the bathroom slash laundry room slash shower room. This one doesn't work, so we got a new one coming, and they're not going to install it. Of course, I've still got to disconnect this one, and then we're going to work on hauling it out, and then we'll disconnect a new one from its pallet and move that in on Thursday and work on connecting it and see what kind of a mess I get into there. And yeah, so a new water tank. Yeah, toilet. Nothing too exciting about a bathroom. The front door, if we go back out, I don't know. I guess I'm not going out. So that the bottom door thing has somebody a while back snapped off a key in it, and so they've just been going in and out through the back door. So I'm going to replace that. The thing is with the doors being as old as they are, I'm not entirely certain I can just grab a brand new lock to put on it. But the one that's there, the handle's really old, but the lock isn't. So here is the inside of the tower. And so this is also the stairway that goes upstairs. So go upstairs, can look outside. And so here's the two rooms upstairs. This is what was Violetta's room is now our room. And so this is where we're sleeping. So there's another little fireplace, or basically a furnace oven there. We did have the other night, when it was really raining hard, we had some water coming through here. It's a metal roof. And so I was going to take and poke my head up into the attic to see what's going on. But, so you've got, here's your stairs and everything. And then right there is the entrance to the attic. And so a ladder has to go here. Yeah, the one we had available wasn't quite working for me. And you know, I was kind of nervous because you're on a ladder looking down at that. I'm not sure why the guys that built it put that there and not anywhere up here, but whatever. This is the other bedroom where Sergey crashes sometimes. This is that ladder that I was attempting to fold out to fit in that tiny space. I missed my little giant. That would have worked perfect. I'd have probably been up there covered with spiders, freaked out, screamed, passed out, and fell down the stairs anyways. But anyhow, another room heater, wood-fired room heater, if one wanted to use it. And let's see. So normal window on this one. This is where I'll be working while I'm here. And it's been working very well so far, so I'm happy with that. This is the view out the window here, and the view out the window right next to me while I'm working. If I can find it. Oh, maybe there's not a middle. This is what I see here. And so you got the neighbors over there who have been pounding music for the last like 36 hours. They got a kind of nice greenhouse down there. Looks like a lot of tomatoes in it. Be nice to take and get a greenhouse going so we can grow our own vegetables. That'd be pretty awesome. So anyways, that's the house that we're staying in, and all of the stuff we've been getting into over the last couple of days. So yeah, just figured we give you guys a tour. See ya.